I guess I'll say I'll do.
Yeah, like, if she says I do, I guess I'll say I do too. Like, just,
Emily, blink twice if you need help.
like that's exactly what y'all are doing. And
Don't come over and like tease me. Don't come over here and be like, good night. Oh, I will be up the whole night, just like.
so, anyway,
That's how he feels about it.
I respect her nose.
I also grew up in a farting family.
You ready? Let's get it.
That's how you feel.
Absolutely not. Oh, boy. Hello, folks, and welcome back to another episode of That's How You Feel. Obviously, elephant in the room, or should I say, wives in the room. That's already bad. I called my wives elephant. My wives. I'm already messing up.
Wow.
Hey,
well, and I
welcome
will
to
say,
another
Caleb,
episode.
there's a lot of people that have said the wives have not been here to defend themselves when we've talked about them.
Yep.
So we officially brought them on the show.
These are our wives.
I do think we didn't discuss ahead of time like we normally don't. But I think we need to introduce them the same way we introduced Joel.
I don't know anything about her, though.
The three things.
Your wife?
Wait, do you want to introduce my wife and I'm going to introduce your wife?
We can do that.
No, because I don't know your wife like that. Wait. Let me just introduce my wife and you can
Thought we were
introduce your wife.
friends.
We are, but fine. Okay, I take it back. I'll introduce your spouse and you get to introduce my spouse. That is Julia McCall. She is...
Whoop, whoop.
I'm not going to do the lame ones that you do, like when you say the wife and mother. Like, obviously.
You threw it on me last time.
I don't care about that. Julia, three things about Julia. Julia is an accomplished musician, incredibly talented on the keys. She actually, I believe, I'm gonna mess this up, designs or helps with software. Senior sound designer for a company. She creates music and sounds, and she's a producer. And she wears glasses.
Oh, man.
Julia.
In case you didn't
I'm not
know,
going to
you
do the
couldn't tell.
lame ones.
Man, I don't know your wife that well.
What's her favorite color?
Yellow.
No.
Ooh.
Dark yellow.
Wrong.
Okay.
Isn't that just brown?
And she likes white sneakers.
It's true.
I mean, that is true, but she also likes like brown boots.
And white sneakers.
So Emily, this is Miss Emily Foreman, everybody, the better part of Caleb Foreman.
Well,
She is a season ticket holder to the one and only Kansas City Currents.
KC, baby.
That's right. Which is, and I believe, correct me, they are the first women's soccer team to have their own stadium.
The first female sports team of any kind to have their own stadium. Yes.
That is incredible. Go KC.
Go KC.
I actually saw them at the airport once, and I was
You told me that. You texted me.
Yeah, I was super like awkward. I was like, "Go Currents!"
Currents.
Emily also is a very talented cook. I will say that every
you.
time, bro, don't look at me. You're a good cook too, but your
Julia
wife
is a really great host too. She makes a really great chicken salad.
Thanks. I do.
A really good chicken salad. That's another thing about her.
Didn't you like my chicken salad the other day?
Keep introducing my wife.
She has
So good.
Emily has 2 cats. And she
Yes.
also has which you guys already know, but a son. She is a new mother. And she also has brown hair.
Okay, this brings up a debate. Do you think I'm brown or blonde?
You are a brunette.
It's like
I
a
was good-
dishwater blonde.
Yeah.
Yes,
I was
okay.
going to say blonde, but like dirty blonde.
Yes,
So I was wrong.
kind of
She
its own
is-
category.
Dishwater.
but I don't
Blonde?
consider myself
Yeah.
a brunette though.
No.
No.
How is that
No, I
not an
wouldn't say
insult
so.
to say your hair is dishwater blonde?
I don't understand where
I
the
mean,
term came up from, but I've heard that my whole life.
That
Maybe
sounds
it's more
dirty.
PC than dirty. Well,
Yeah. I always knew it as dirty blonde, but
yeah.
I guess.
No, I like dishwater though. Dishwater, that's
No, I texted out the girls like a few months ago that question, and the result was more blonde than brunette.
I agree.
anyway.
Also-
Anyway,
So-
sorry.
One more thing, and I hope I get this right. She is originally from,
Ooh, yeah.
I want to say it, but I think I'm going to be wrong.
Just say it.
Say it.
Idaho?
Wrong.
You got it. You got it.
Did I? Yes.
No,
Thank you for
wrong.
not saying Iowa or Ohio.
He's still incorrect. You are from Nebraska.
The first 5 years of my life I lived in Nebraska. But I
Bro,
don't claim that. It's not home.
You didn't even know her then.
Right. You didn't know me in
I don't
Idaho
know her
either,
now. Anyway, hey, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. Also, the new thing, share the podcast. Like, share
Yes.
it, send it, like, share it. You know, people, if you like it, great. Please tell me. I need the confidence boost. But also, like, share it with your friends. Like, say, hey, check out this podcast. You know? Thank you.
That was a little aggressive, but really, if you do find one of our episodes very informative or you really enjoyed it, please do share. To
Even
any
if you didn't
socials.
like it, say, hey, I hated this podcast. Check it out.
Yeah, like the first comment we got was lame. I'll definitely be checking out next week.
Yeah. Share it regardless.
Real quick, before we get into question of the day, Emily. So Caleb has talked about your snoring. He says, do you
Said
have
that in
anything
confidence.
is there anything Caleb has said on this podcast that you want to just put to rest?
clear up?
To clear up.
No, not too many things. The snoring thing, I believe, was a result of being pregnant. I'm not sure I still snores.
You don't.
Thank you. So
You left that
it was
piece out?
just pregnancy when
It's a
you're
big
like
detail.
full of all the fluids and like everything is just stuffy.
No. So here's the
And
thing.
other than that, only when I'm sick.
Right. Okay. So I actually noticed it a couple of days ago because she was asleep, mouth wide open again, but no snoring.
Right.
It was great.
That is a normal thing. Wide open mouth.
Mouth was, I mean, like
But no
it
more
was like she
snoring.
was stretching it. Like it was.
Okay, that's a little much.
But there was no snoring. I was like, she doesn't snore anymore. Check that out.
There was one other thing that I wanted you to clear up, but I'm trying to remember what it was. You've said a lot on this podcast.
Was that? I feel like the only time I've been talked about is in the fertility episode. And I think the term that you were trying to go for was IUI. We did not do IUI. You said some sort of other VF.
I said IMF or EMF.
Yeah,
or something
no, it
like
was
that.
IUI,
Yeah.
which we did not do.
No. All right. Question of the day. You're up first, actually.
Okay, cool. All right. So the question is, if you're outside, you're walking. Let's say you're walking in or out of the grocery store. Doesn't matter where you're at, and you know those like armored Brinks truck, right?
Yeah.
They have money in it.
Oh yeah.
You see them pull off, and there is a bag left. It's like $40,000-$50,000 in this bag. Are you turning that bag in?
Yeah,
Absolutely,
I would
yes.
definitely turn in $20,000. I mean, I wouldn't want to be dishonest, and I would want to make sure that they got their $10,000 back. So,
I knew exactly where you were going with that.
sorry. Yes, I would. I would turn in the whole.
The whole
Gosh, I can imagine the guilt, like, of not turning that in.
Huh.
Of that just, sitting in my house or in the bank, like going to, just, it's like blood money.
And
Like,
Caleb,
I can't.
there's cameras. I mean, they're
couldn't do
gonna
that.
see. Oh,
and I would wave as I walked to my car. with
Yeah,
that
I would not even probably even touch it. I would just like walk
Yeah.
on by like, ugh.
yeah.
I already get like an
Honestly, yeah.
anxious feeling when I'm near a Brinks truck, like something's gonna go down while I just happen to be there.
Do you ever feel like you're being watched when you get close to it?
yes, I'm like, there has to be cameras on this
Yeah.
truck.
Like, I'm not trying to steal.
Meanwhile, Caleb's like, money
God work.
Hashtag blessed.
Oh, I'm picking that bag up so fast.
He's got some new Jordans to buy.
Immediately, I'm going to the bank. Yes, I would turn it into the bank. Hey, I'd like to make a deposit. Like, immediately. Oh, that's a really interesting looking bag you have there. Yeah, I know, right? Crazy. Anyway, this is $50,000 here. You can count it. I did
As
already.
if they wouldn't red flag that.
I don't care.
start paying
You would
cash for
care when you
everything.
get closed into a jail cell.
Yeah, well, we'll cross that bridge when we get there. Y'all are too good for people. Like, y'all are just, you think you better than me?
I do.
Okay.
More upright
fine.
citizen, yes.
So my question of the day, I think I saw this on maybe a TikTok, but the question is to describe your paycheck with a movie title.
Gone in 60 seconds.
That was one of them. You looked it up, didn't you?
No, that was the first thought I had. Gone in 60 seconds.
Yep. That was one of them.
Waiting to exhale.
That's a good one. I didn't think of that one. Emily, you got anything?
Gosh,
Medea
I have
goes to jail.
nothing.
I saw, so I had the post up here. Okay. So there was the Hunger Games, which I thought was a good one.
The only thing that came to mind is 9 to 5, which is like literally describes a job, but
Yeah.
I'm
That's
terrible
good.
with movie titles. So.
Before I go into more, do you have any?
No, I saw that question on there and I was like, I can't think of a single movie title except the B movie, which makes me
Start being an apiarist.
yeah, I don't know why. That's the only movie title that
When I
came to
first heard
mind,
the question-
and it has no.
Well,
doesn't-
yeah. Why B movie?
I don't know.
Okay.
Because Brooklyn was watching it the other day, and so it was in my mind. I don't know.
I have no preference of this, but the first movie that came to mind was Diary of a Mad Black Woman.
There you go.
For your page.
Yeah, because I'd be mad. Some other ones they said was a series of unfortunate events.
That's good.
Taken. There was one that said Friday After Next. Gone Girl. There was
Count, girl.
Hunger Games, 12 Years a Slave, Gone with the Wind, From Prada to Nada, Catch Me If You Can, Hidden Figures, Now You See Me, Now You Don't. Oh, this one was interesting. The Good, the Bad, the Ugly. And what they meant by that was the gross, the net, and the taxes taken out.
Oh,
There you go.
That's clever.
Thinking real critically about that.
So that's what that was my question. I just thought it was interesting. I saw it on
Oh,
the
brother, where
TikTok.
art thou?
So we brought the wives on today. As we said, people have been actually requesting you guys both to come on. And you guys
Wow, thanks.
were super excited and said yes. So we're glad you guys came on today.
They didn't really say yes. My wife was like, really? Are you sure?
More like you're scheduled this day to be on the podcast. Oh, okay.
I was like, honey, people are clamoring. What people? They're out there.
They are.
They're
Someone
clamoring.
is.
Yeah. And if you do not know, Julia over here, sorry, I touched the mic. She's going to, is the producer. So she is the one that has been editing the podcast and setting everything up. So we wanted to bring you on. So, all right,
Glad to
Caleb,
be
you
here.
want to get us started?
Yeah. So the start of this podcast, because I'm getting this started. I don't know what I'm doing.
We know.
How'd we meet?
Oh, we met because,
Boy.
You already went over this.
just kidding. Yeah. So how did you and Emily meet?
Well, me and Julia met at church.
We're doing the cross thing again.
Nah.
I was like, well, this.
But
That's
Emily and
true.
I, I was about to tell a whole lie. We met online. So we met through a dating app. They sometimes work. They do sometimes work. So we
Yeah.
met on Hinge, the app designed to be deleted.
Yeah, but it lasted. I actually met Emily for the first time. It was your birthday party at Jack Stack.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you got him a Spider-Man PS4 game that year.
That
Hey.
he asked for because I'm
Why do
terrible
you
at giving
remember
gifts.
these things?
I was excited to be invited. You know, because
I met you?
yeah.
Oh.
Or yeah, well, I didn't know Emily, so she didn't
Yeah, that
text
was
me.
probably the first time I
Yeah,
met you.
but Cassie and Joel were there, and
Yeah.
yeah, no, it was a good time. We were out in the patio.
Yeah.
Clearly it's etched in my mind, so left an impression. Me and Julia met at church. We both were in the worship band. Funny thing, actually. So Brian, my brother-in-law, Brian Horn, he like 6 months before she even started coming to church, we were at this all-nighter for the youth group, and he was like, yeah, me and my fiance were going to come to... Actually, I don't think they were engaged yet. Me and my girlfriend, we're going to come, and her sister's going to come. And he was like, and she's single. And I was like, haha, because at that time, I'd been single for years. I enjoyed being single. But people
Did you?
I did.
I'm not a single person.
I mean,
was-
not now.
Well, boy.
But
Good answer.
I understand you. I was totally enjoying being single.
yeah, you can do whatever you want, whenever you want. Didn't have nobody to talk back to you, you know?
You trying to say something?
I mean, I feel bad for Emily. But anyways, he was like, so I went and Facebook stalked her. I instantly saw her. She was playing piano in her profile picture. I was like, this is the girl. This is it. Then she came to church. I saw her playing on stage. I actually told my friend, I said, you see her? I'm going to marry her someday. And
And we hadn't even met yet. So in any other circumstance, it'd be a little creepy.
Seemed a little crazy.
Just a little bit. So I'm glad it worked out.
that's how we met. And so we just met through like different conversations in the worship team and stuff. And yeah.
So okay, I hate so much. I hate so much that my boy band is like a recurring thing in this show so far. But anyway, there's a story behind it. So when we started like talking and dating, she had told her family that she was like, I guess, bringing me to like a family pool party or whatever. And they're like, oh, what's his name? And she was like, oh, Caleb Foreman. And her family was like, you're dating a foreman? And she's like, what is this? She's like, oh, we know the Foremans. They had a band. Like, their brothers are like, they're all talented. And so, like,
which I had not yet heard about. I was like, what?
Yeah, so I had a
How do you
reputation.
know more
Someone
about this
famous?
man than I do?
Like, and again, she's from Idaho. So her aunts and uncles that live here were like, they were employed by the school district where we went to school as kids. And so, like, her cousins and my brothers all went to the same school. And my reputation had already, like, gone before me and done a lot of the heavy lifting. So
Yeah, his brothers match up with my cousins in age.
So they knew your
Caleb,
music
actually.
and stuff too then.
yes, because we performed, like, when I was a kid, we performed in every talent show everywhere at every
That is
school.
wild.
That is so funny.
Yeah.
I mean, just to think, like, is you guys met on a dating app. She originally was from a different state.
Mm-hmm.
To think, that's just crazy how that all intersynced.
Yeah.
Were you as in awestruck as they were with Caleb?
Well, of course.
Well, I mean,
Good
Okay.
answer. Good answer.
Maybe not because of the band, but for
No,
other
because of the
reasons.
band.
it has nothing to do with my musical talents. We should get into the awestruck in the first date, though, because our first date was it was good for her. It was horrible for me.
Tell me the story, please.
Well, we met the first week of June. We had been on the app. We were texting, whatever. Say, hey, let's meet or whatever. And so we decided to have.
Can I ask something real quick?
What up?
So, because I've never done a dating app, that's just so who
Who swiped on who?
Well, obviously, we both swiped on each other because
Is
then,
that how-
yeah, because you
okay.
swipe and then whoever swipes back on you, then it's like they match. So you don't get to know who swipes left on you
What was
only
your-
if you swipe.
what was
left or
your
right on there.
opening line to her?
See, I feel like I made the first line.
Yeah, whatever. So
Well, then what was your line?
I
it's-
remember
Did you
saying,
say hi?
I think I said something like, I love your smile. It's so joyful.
right because okay, that's true. But in
She
this
is so
app
nice
and
to you. You t-
in a lot of the apps, the
He
woman
never
has to
smiles
make
anymore, though.
the woman has to make the first move. And I think on this one, like in Bumble, like the woman has to initiate conversation. I think it has to do it with this one as well. Maybe I don't.
I
know.
don't think that's true.
But
Anyway.
she messaged first. So anyway,
that's how he feels about it.
anyway.
Anyways,
but
go
yeah.
on with your first date. We're getting on tangent.
So
Sorry.
yeah, first date. First week of June, we decided to meet for brunch, and we picked this brunch spot just south of the plaza. Like I said, first week of June. Now, my thought is this is a first date, got to make a good impression. I'm going to wear a shirt with a collar. And the only shirt I had with a collar at the time was a flannel. And so I wore, in the first week of June, a black t-shirt. First of all, I had on a black tank top, black t-shirt, and this black and red flannel with black jeans. First of all, I looked great.
Was it inspired by me?
No.
It wasn't the Buffalo check?
It was a buffalo check flannel.
So it was inspired by me.
So the date went, even though it was
Thank
like
you,
middle of
Levi.
summer,
You're welcome.
it was middle of summer, and I'm like, we're gonna be indoors though. This is fine. So I looked great, obviously, but we get there, the date goes well, and she's like, hey, do you want to take a walk? And I said, sure, because I don't want the date to end just because I don't want to go outside. I mean,
Well,
she's learned that now that I don't want to go outside.
Yeah,
ever.
cardio is like a.
He's not an outdoorsman.
And so she says, okay,
It's funny
let's.
because you're very outdoorsy.
She sure is. So
Well, comparatively.
she said, let's walk down to the plaza. And I'm like, oh, downhill. This is easy. This is a breeze. So we start walking downhill, and it's going just fine. And then she's like, actually, let's go walk up to Loose Park. And so we turn around to go uphill toward the park. And I'm like, oh my God. Oh God. And I am I'm cooking in sweat. I'm like, hey, do you want to get some ice cream, cool off a bit? She's like, no, but you can get some. And I'm like, all right. So I get ice cream to just kind of cool off. We go back up, and we're not even at the park yet. And she goes, do you want to take your shirt off? Or I'm like,
Not your shirt, your flannel.
My flannel. She's like, do you want
this long sleeve hot
thick flannel? And I'm like,
thing that you're wearing?
no, I'm fine. Why? So
Because it's drenched in sweat.
Profusely sweating.
And I'm like, every little bit of shade, I'm just like, oh, thank God. but it doesn't last because we're just walking. And the date went fine, but as soon as she was like, "Hey, I gotta go," and I was like, "Oh," I got in that car and threw that shirt off, like, pit stains. I mean, oh, it was
Max
so bad.
AC.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Got a second date though.
Yeah. There you go.
What was your first date?
So our first date, I borrowed my nanny's car. It was a Pacifica, and we went to Cheddar's because at that time I believe it was your
That was my favorite restaurant.
favorite restaurant.
Still
Which
one of
you
my
still-
favorites.
Yeah, still one of your favorites.
Yeah, I love
She always used to get the Dijon mushroom chicken, which
They took it away with COVID.
They've
Yeah.
taken a lot of things away.
yeah,
They used to have like really great onion rings. I don't think they have those anymore either.
yeah.
They don't.
And mushrooms are. I just don't like mushrooms.
The best thing is
love
the
mushrooms.
painkiller drink, though.
Ooh, I'm gonna have
don't
to try
have
that.
What are we talking about here?
Alcohol.
Goodness.
Then we went to the movie theater and went and saw Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. So I was not good at making moves, and so
No, he wasn't. I was the first one to talk to him.
So wait, even though you were like, "I'm gonna marry this girl," Julia had to talk to you.
Yeah.
So Julia actually one day at church, we had worship band practice and I was in a small group. And so I went upstairs to the small group. She thought I went upstairs just to turn off the lights. So like I get up there and I sit down in the circle talking with everybody. And then Julia comes up and like she walks in and she did not expect to see a room
I
full
was
of
going to be
people.
so smooth. I was going to go up there and run into him naturally and just like turn off the lights.
How are you
have a
gonna run into him
conversation.
naturally when you have no business being up there?
I don't know. I wasn't thinking straight, clearly.
Oh, you're
it
turning
was her
off the
plan.
lights? I was going to do that.
Exactly. That was my move.
Oh, what a coincidence! We're both up here turning the lights off.
Yeah.
Yep. Nope.
Yeah, so it ended up she got like hooked into the life group that night, and we went out to On the Border, and my friends were all like, "You got to sit right next to her," because they all knew I had this thing for her. And then Josh Balich, I was so nervous. I went up to him, I was like, "Okay, so what should I do next?"
At the restaurant? Like sitting
Well,
there?
this was after she had left because we had talked, and anyway, so I messaged her on Facebook, and then we were chatting, and then we gave each other's numbers, and then I believe I did ask you out on the date, and it was the day before Thanksgiving. But while we were in the movies, she actually held my hand because the whole time I'm thinking, like, should I hold her hand now? Should I do this? And finally, she's just like, "Boy, get over here and give me your hand."
I didn't say that.
No, I know, but I'm just like, no,
You
she
were
was
aggressive like that?
No, she was just
No.
like this. And you know what? What I loved from that date, you, amazing. But
Thank you.
Can I just say I appreciate your assertiveness?
oh, I do too.
You know,
because-
the handhold,
It
like
had
just
to be done.
just
Like,
going for it.
We
And
were just going to sit there awkwardly the whole time. Like, no.
I'm just an
Ladies,
overthinker.
take notes, make them move, do the thing. You know,
Sometimes, yeah, because
Do the-
I'm always an overthinker, and so I didn't want to like make the move at the wrong time. And it ended up working out. She did it, and it worked out perfectly. But then she scratched my arm, like, and this is how I knew she was the one because we were holding hands.
All it took.
And she was just in the movie, and I'm over here. I'm like trying not to fall asleep, but I'm like, this is amazing. And then she hadn't scratched my arm since.
That's not true.
that's not
I
true.
feel like you would hate that if I did that to you.
If you scratched my arm,
Yeah. You don't like when I have a light touch. Like it needs to be firm.
yeah, let me know you're there.
So you don't like a rub, like a scratch?
no, what are you doing? Back up. No,
He gets
don't.
itchy.
Yeah, like don't, especially on my back. Don't you touch my back. Oh man, that makes me so mad. She does like no.
I like to do a light touch, like a light scratch.
And
Like
that
because
makes
I would
me
like that and
so
he hates
mad.
it.
This is so funny because we've talked about how we're kind of opposites.
Let me know. Like you can rub my back, but don't like just that. Don't caress my back.
I will
don't
say,
you dare.
don't come over and like tease me. Don't come over here and be like, "Good night." Oh, I will be up the whole night, just like
Oh yeah, don't do that either.
that's what started
nah.
my insomnia.
I was like, nah, you started something. We gonna finish this.
No. So when did you know that Emily was the one for you?
We're still out for deliberation on that one. No,
I think she is with you, but
no. Like to be honest, there was never like a moment where she like, touched my arm. There was never that thing. But like with the first date, with the second date, the third, and so on and so forth, it was never like this is the one. It was I want to see this person again. It was always like that was always the thing. It was never like there was not like love at first sight. There was just like I want to see her again.
Yeah.
Like and that just
Just happened naturally over time.
Yeah, the day before the wedding, I want to see her again. Like, it's just,
I guess I'll say I'll do.
yeah, like if she says I do, I guess I'll say I do too. Like that was just kind of. There was never like I don't have a defining moment that was like she's the one.
This is not a question, but could you imagine getting to the altar and the other person says I don't?
Yeah, I thought that right up until she said I do.
Caleb,
Bro,
all jokes aside. Oh wait, you thought she was gonna say that to you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought you were gonna say that. Okay.
Like when she said
I
I
could
do,
get
I was
that,
like,
but I was like,
when she said I do, I was like, all right, okay, she's in. Like
Yeah.
I didn't expect an I do. I was just
have you seen the show Love Is Blind?
no.
No.
No. Okay.
We don't watch trash television here.
Well, it's
You just
Yes, you
upset a ton of
do.
people.
you did.
So
It's actually
I've never seen the
It's
trailer and it looks like a
drama.
dumb show.
it's drama. Okay, well that doesn't matter. Next question. Oh wait, no. When did I? So I always
Hold your horses. She's get to answer too.
yes, sir.
The wives are on the show for a reason. When did you know I was the one?
I feel like it was July. Like it wasn't too long.
30 days, folks.
Like 6 weeks. I remember being like
Okay.
at a women's conference with my aunt and telling her like I really like this guy. Like I've never felt this way about anybody.
Aw.
I mean, I don't think I was saying like love yet, but
You sure weren't.
which is another thing. But yeah, no, I felt like it was pretty early on. Like we were pretty direct, like what we were looking for.
Yeah.
I mean, we were in our 30s on a dating app. It's not like, oh, let's just have a good time. Like we were
Yeah.
both looking for serious relationships.
I definitely said I love you first, and she did not return it. I said I love you first, and then she said thank you.
I don't think I said thank you.
She said, "Hey, put her there, pal."
She's like,
I just
you
said,
too.
I just was like, I can't say that back right now. I believe it's
Devastating.
something what
I
I
I
said.
should have left her.
No, I respect that. You wouldn't want her
In
to tell you
hindsight,
something
like I probably
inaccurate.
should have, but
Yes, all the time. I tell her all the time, lie to me.
he does. Yeah.
Caleb,
I say it all the time.
you're a great friend.
Thank you. I don't care if it's a lie.
It's not a lie. So
What about you guys?
when did you? We've kind of talked about this before because I've always said yes. I saw you on stage, and it's. I feel to me, it's more like it was kind of a joke. Is like, oh, I'm going to marry that girl one day, and it just happened to work out. But I mean, I truly was interested in her. But when did you know that I was the one?
I don't remember like the first time I ever saw you, which is kind of funny because you have this like very detailed memory of me. I remember it was a couple months after we started dating that we went to my grandpa's funeral, and you went on a little road trip with me and my sister and my brother-in-law and spent the night at our like grandparents' lake house, and we had this whole like trip, and it was the first time that he was really with my family for an extended period of time. I was like, this is him. Like, this is it. Just something about seeing your partner interact with your family, it makes all the difference. And I don't know. I think that like it's important to be involved in each other's families' lives before you get married, so you can see that and see how they interact. Because it'll say, I mean, it says a lot about a person. But
I like that. I don't know that you've ever told
And
me.
I'm crushing it with your family.
Oh no. Anytime Caleb's not at a family function, where's Caleb? What's Caleb doing?
It's because of the boy band.
Everyone's like, where's Caleb? They like him better.
Which ADD. I'm sorry. Two things. People are still requesting to hear the boy band. Also, someone wants.
Y'all will go wanting on that boy band.
We posted a TikTok of the talking about loud chewing,
Yeah.
and someone said to release the footage of your
The audio.
dad.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I did see that.
So just
It's not. It doesn't. I think it was on Snapchat, and I deleted my Snapchat.
Yeah.
So sorry.
as for me, I mean, I don't know a distinctive moment. I know that it seemed very natural, and it just everything fell into place. I knew we talked about like what we wanted and everything very early on, and just were in sync. And you know, we were talking about marriage within the first 6 months.
oh, easily.
Yeah, and I mean that's just like things that we wanted. Not that we were gonna get. We knew like we were waiting to get engaged and married, but
Yeah. But I mean, when you know, like, you know, you want to have those conversations early. People say not like to keep things lighthearted at the beginning of a dating relationship, but when you're looking to marry someone, I feel like have the conversations early because if you're not on the same page with like some of those really big things, why waste each other's time.
Oh yeah, I
You
completely
know?
agree. I completely agree.
Yeah.
Like, talk about kids, talk about religion, talk about like the way you want your family to look, you know?
I completely agree too.
Air your dirty laundry out first. Say what's wrong with you first.
Oh no, I saved
Maybe not
that
the
for
first thing.
my
Nah,
10
man,
10-year
bro.
anniversary.
Get it out in front. That way there's no surprises later. Just
No, I know. It's been good though. She's still with me.
if you got daddy issues, I want to know that on the first date. I got daddy issues. Bet.
Well, did you tell Emily?
About my daddy issues?
He didn't know he had them yet.
Yeah,
okay.
true. I didn't know I had
That's
them.
right, because
They came out later.
I thought like I said, I thought I was good until he actually came in. And I
But
was
his
like,
dirty laundry that he aired pretty soon was that he was divorced,
sure was.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
which I hadn't had to deal with that before. I was like, oh, okay.
I actually think-
I mean, because by that point in life, like, I knew a lot of people that were divorced or having divorces. So it's like,
Mm-hmm.
you just move on. Yeah.
Yeah. No, and I remember you actually had talked, just now that you mentioned that, you had talked to me about that just throughout the circumstances and stuff, and having that open conversation with Emily, and which I think was huge. Like you said, I think
Yeah, it
it's
was
good
like date 3. I was like, hey, I've also been married before. And she was like, oh. I was like, hey, let that marinate real quick before there's date 4, you know? And she was like, okay.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I just waited for her to call back.
Yeah, and she did.
She did.
You got a call back.
I take it.
That's a theater thing.
So dumb. Move on.
Hey, I was inducted into the International Thespian Society. I should not air that out. What was your wedding day like? And looking back, is there anything that you would change?
Because we have a video of it, like there are things of it that I absolutely remember, but like the day of is mostly like you're running around with your head cut off. Like everything needs your attention, but people still talk about my wedding being the best wedding that they've ever been to, and it was a great time. But no, we had like
I think it's been beat now.
It has not been beat. The wedding was second class.
Just kidding.
No. No, but yeah, it was the party was like, the reception was like really,
It was
really
a good
fun.
time,
It was
yeah.
really fun. I would change nothing about it.
Yeah.
Like even the guest list, people like that were there that I don't even talk to now, that they were there they were important in my life then,
Yeah.
and they meant the world then, and the fact they're not in my life now, that's okay.
Yeah.
I wouldn't change anything, because like we have a guest book that's like on our wall, like everybody that was there that signed it, and there are names on that I don't talk to anymore. I'm perfectly fine with that.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't change a thing. Wait, I wanted more peanut butter pie. There was a chocolate peanut butter pie. That was a very good pie.
We
more
had
of that
one,
pie.
and it was like our pie, but then I never told anybody like to save the pie.
Oh no.
So like the rest of the slices just got eaten.
Because you guys had a pie bar, I remember.
had a pie
But
bar.
instead
Pie
of
bar,
like
yeah.
a cake, right?
Yeah,
Did you have like cake for you guys, or did you just do pie?
pie.
we
Okay,
just did
that's
pie.
okay. I couldn't remember. It's been almost 5 years.
It has been almost 5 years.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so which is really awesome. Emily, is there? What about you?
It was the best day of my life.
Yeah.
I don't have any regrets. I think I had a different experience. Caleb, I think, like didn't maybe delegate enough, but
Yeah, I had
I don't
some
know.
dumb friends that
had-
kept like involving me in a bunch of stuff. I'm
I
like,
just had a
don't wanna
perfect
know.
day. I, mean, I like brunched, just relaxed, got my hair and makeup done. I had like my bestie and my mom and my sister with me. And we just partied all night.
And I had Joel with me, so like obviously my day was not going well.
Well, touche.
But yeah, pie. That was the only thing I would want. I wanted to have had more pie.
Is that your favorite pie? Chocolate peanut butter pie?
Chocolate peanut butter is my favorite anything.
Yeah. Okay.
I did get us
Anything.
that pie for our first anniversary. I could get it again every year, but I only did it the first
Was
year.
it from a specific spot or just?
It is Ashley's Bake Shop in Westport.
Okay. There you go. Good to know. I'm gonna have to try it now.
You should. It's-
Delicious
it's-
pie.
it's-
I'll
it's a
bring you some,
very
too.
good pie.
I'll bring you both some because
Yeah.
yeah. For us, I mean, I'll let you answer.
Would we
was
change
your
anything?
What was your wedding day like, and would you change anything?
Yes, also the best day of my life. And I actually do remember, we've talked about this. I remember so many details from that day. People say it goes by so fast, but it's something like my memory was on overload that day, just like taking everything in.
Yeah.
And I remember like the most tiny details. The one thing I would change, I think we've talked about this too. was feeding people before we did pictures or something like that.
It was the timing, because I was going to say the same thing.
Yeah.
So the only thing we would have changed was we went to go do our pictures, and then we came inside and we went around to all the tables to introduce to everyone.
Which I really loved, and I do recommend.
Yes.
Like,
Yeah.
it's just really nice to actually see everybody.
But
that's there.
we had not cut the cake yet. And so there was a lot of tables, and so we're trying to get through all the tables while they just want a cupcake at this point. They're just staring at the cake. So that's the only thing, is we would have flip-flopped that, cut the cake, and then went around to tables. Other than
You
that,
gotta feed the people.
I know. We had really tried to time it out well.
And it was
that
in their
people would
face,
eat
too. I mean,
while
it's
we were
just-
doing our other pictures and, all of that. But
yeah, but it truly was magical. And I agree with you. I wouldn't change anything of wedding party, people that were there, the guests or anything, because everyone was important to me that was there. I've had people ask, with their wedding party, I don't know if I should have this friend because I don't know if later down the line, are we going to be friends and stuff? And now that I've been, not that I'm an expert, but I think go with who you have in your life that's important to you at that time. Because I guarantee seasons are going to change. It's not going to look the same. And you cannot predict that these people are going to be with you for the next 40 years of your life. And I wouldn't change anything from that time because that was my life then. And like I said, it was a beautiful day. Now, if we had our wedding today,
it would look a lot different for sure.
yeah,
But
we would have an all-night party. Because ours was during the day, but it was a very fun, beautiful day.
Casual afternoon thing.
Yeah.
I'm into it.
I still remember, Emily, you were there.
I was there.
Caleb was there. He had
That might have been the first time I met you, actually.
That was one of the first weddings that we attended together.
Yeah.
I feel like you had met her before.
I don't know if I did. Unless
I
you
actually
can
don't know if
seen
I had
her.
met you before, Julia.
It's okay.
Who are you?
This is Julia, my wife.
Tell me about the last time y'all had a good laugh together. And I mean hearty laugh, you can't breathe laughing. Now, if y'all don't laugh as a couple, that's fine too.
No, we do.
Okay.
We do. It's hard to pinpoint. I know, what comes to mind is our recent LA trip because I know we laughed a lot on that trip. I barely can remember what I ate yesterday. So I can't think of the most recent specific, but I know Julia will just randomly spurt out some humor that she's never shown before and make me laugh. And I'm like, where did this come from?
I'm funny on occasion.
On occasion.
Yeah,
Sometimes.
my wife does it. I came home one day and my wife was in the kitchen dancing. She don't dance unless there's music and alcohol involved, and she was just in the kitchen just beat bopping and dancing. I'm like, who is this person who's in my house right now?
And that's when you go up and dance with her.
I was too shocked. I was like, what's going on here?
To
What's
get your phone, start recording.
No,
Capture the moment.
No. I'm actually kind of an advocate of not pulling out my phone to capture every moment. I try to just kind of just be in the moment. But if it's a long moment, then I'm like, all right, let me snap this real quick. But yeah, the last time that her and I laughed together, this is the dumbest story. So I've never actually shared this on the pod before. My wife sneezes so loud, it's almost
I
like
love
she's
the instant laugh from Emily. She's like, oh gosh, she's talking about
it's
this.
if you didn't know, it's like she grabs a megaphone to sneeze into it because
Really?
it's there's a chew, but then hers is
I also feel like this stems from pregnancy. I feel like my sneezes changed once I got
No,
pregnant. I
ma'am.
used to hold them in, and they used to be a little kind of sound.
Did you know that's bad for you?
Well, I imagine it is. That's a lot of intra-abdominal pressure.
Yeah, I learned that. I used to do that too, and then I was like, oh, I can't do that. I'll die.
Yeah.
all right. So anyway, so she
Hey,
sneezes.
hold on.
I've started letting them out, and they are very loud.
They make our baby cry.
They do.
Oh,
Literally
no.
every time I sneeze, he cries.
He cries. He's just. It's crazy. But
Do you ever scare your child on purpose or do anything to mess with them?
No.
Me neither.
Maybe when he's a little older, but at this point, we're trying not to have him cry.
okay, my wife.
I'm sorry.
My wife's sneezing. Okay, so she sneezes so loud, and
That makes me sound like a terrible parent.
You are. There's
No, you're not.
remember Vine, the app Vine? There was a 6-second
Oh, yeah.
Vine
Yeah.
of this little kid who got startled and he says, Jesus Christ. That's the whole thing. So she sneezes. We're in bed and we're about to go to sleep, and she sneezes, and it's so loud. And I said that, Jesus Christ. And it sent me into a fit of laughter, and it was uncontrollable for like 15 minutes. We were both just laughing in bed. And I couldn't get air in. I was laughing so hard just because the loudness of it, and then that image of that little kid just.
And I had never seen that, but I was just laughing at him laughing because he rarely ever laughs like
Yeah.
that.
I lost it.
That's what I love about being married, though. Is like you just those joyful moments you guys shared.
Oh boy, I'll never forget that. That's the funniest thing in the world. And she wouldn't. Again, she was not trying to be funny. She just sneezing to wake up the neighbors.
Could you imagine if you get a noise complaint?
You know what? I wouldn't be surprised. I would say, hey, thank you for letting us know. We're sorry.
Have you ever been around someone that does like the sneeze?
No.
Where it's like.
But those are good people.
I wanted to ask. This wasn't on the list, but we were talking about weddings. How did you propose?
That's a good story.
It's really a okay. Well, I proposed.
I think it's good.
So when I knew that I was going to get married or whatever, I went out and bought the ring. Did you go get ring sized one? Because the ring fit. Well, whatever, doesn't
I
matter.
honestly don't remember.
Did you guys shop for
I
the
don't
ring
think so.
together?
No, you had to you had asked me what I might want in a ring. I think I remember that.
Yeah. So I went and got the ring. I didn't know when I wanted to propose, but in my head I thought this should be like some big thing. It should be some big gesture. So I always just kept the ring on me just in case I was like gonna find some fit of inspiration. So it was in my glove box for a couple of weeks, and we never took my car anywhere. We always took her car because she hates the way I drive. She does. I think she's a terrible driver, but it was in my glove box. And one day she's like, "Let's take your car," and I'm like, "Oh no!" Now she doesn't like she never rifles through anything. She's like she sits and she's always content. She never opens anything. But I was terrified she was gonna this will be the day she opens that glove box and sees this ring. We went to get ice cream from Betty Ray's Ice Cream one night.
Oh, Betty Ray's.
Love Betty Ray's.
Actually, I know we're not, Caleb, this pen is.
Do you think? Is that a Betty Ray's pen?
That is.
You're so goofy.
I
I
specifically.
can't see it.
It's like a skull ice
The
cream.
mic,
Oh,
the
yeah,
mic is
yeah,
blocking it.
Yeah.
So yeah, we went to Betty Ray's, and she was in the seat, and I was like, she's gonna open that glove box. She never would, but this will be the day she does.
For some napkins or something.
Bruh,
Yeah.
could have been anything.
Yeah, he's
So
always got a stack of QT napkins in there.
Me too.
I was like, you know what? I'm tired of carrying this thing around. So we get back to her house. She gets out of the car first. I grab the ring, put it in my back pocket, and I say, hey, let's go on your back porch for whatever. And there is a song. I don't remember the song that was playing. And I think she had like a Bluetooth speaker, and I was playing it. And I was like, let's just dance for a little bit. And so we danced. I created this moment. Now, her porch, you've seen it. It's got like lights around it.
Yeah.
And it looks really neat. And the weather was nice. And so
It was Ray LaMontagne.
there it is.
Oh, which song?
I don't know.
You Are the Best?
Nah,
No,
it wasn't that one.
the
I remember
other
that
one.
Anyways.
Anyway,
So yeah, we were dancing, and I was like, hey, I don't want to be your boyfriend anymore. And I just got down on one knee, and I pulled out the ring, and she was like, where'd you get that ring from? Because again, like
The dispenser at the store.
yeah, because again, she didn't know it was coming. Like she knew that the proposal was coming, but she just like I pull out this box like out of my pocket. Like, how did I sneak it in?
The practical side of Emily's like, wait a second.
I didn't see you come
with
in
this
with this.
sleight of hand.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's the proposal. And then like literally the next day is April 1st, April Fool's. We call all our family and they're like, yeah, okay, haha. Like, no, we're actually serious. We are engaged.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was the proposal story.
I kind of like the wives being on here because you actually can hear about how you can be nice and sweet.
And sweet and thoughtful.
Yeah.
He's actually very thoughtful.
Yeah, he doesn't. You don't show that side a lot sometimes. Just saying. I'm getting.
He's dead staring you.
People that deserve my thoughtfulness get to experience it.
Wow. So I guess I'm just got canceled. How did I propose? I proposed.
I didn't ask you.
I would like to know.
Gang.
Thank
No,
you.
I'm just
Thank
kidding.
you.
Go ahead.
This is my new co-host Emily from now on. No, so I proposed at the Scout statue in Kansas City. So I had
I've
it.
been meaning to take you there.
Oh no, we've never been there.
We should go.
Yeah.
Double date.
Picnic at the Scout. So I loved we loved Kansas City, so I wanted to do somewhere in Kansas City where you could have the skyline. So I chose the Scout statue. What I did is I had Stephanie and Brian. They were working in realty at the time, and so they came up with this big story that they needed to get headshots downtown for their business, and so they had Julia come take the photos with her. Yada yada yada. I had parked my car like down a hill, so that way when they parked in the parking lot, like she wouldn't see my car or anything. Mm-hmm. And so I had our song is "How Would You Feel" by Ed Sheeran, and so I had wrote the lyrics out on like handwritten things as you were walking along. So it said, "How would you feel if I told you I loved you?" Got it with some candles, and then I was down at the end of it, which I was a blubbering nervous wreck. Anyways, so she gets up to the top of the sidewalk and I just see her, they're talking, and then all of a sudden she sees the first picture and she just like stops and like puts her hands over her mouth because she knew at that point.
Yeah, I thought something else was happening. I was like, is someone gonna get proposed to here? I was like, this is so romantic.
This is so romantic.
And then I read it and I was like, oh, it's me.
Yeah, and then we had a video of it. I'm probably glad that there's no video of it because I was
online.
like shaking, nervous, and I told you I'm not good at making first moves. Obviously, I wasn't gonna let her propose to me, but
You should have though. Girls, make the first move.
no. So she walked down, and I was like, "How are you?"
It's like, I'm good.
You're so dumb.
I had this whole thing playing in my mind.
This
Of what I
weather's
was
crazy, right?
Yeah, of what I was gonna say, and then it just went out of my mind. But I got down on one knee, and she said, actually, she never did say yes. That's the thing. She just was like, and I'm like this, putting the ring on her.
Wow.
What's funny is the whole time I had set up, there was nobody else at the Scout statue. It was perfect. About 5 minutes before they got there, this family comes, and I'm just like, okay, can they just come take the pictures and leave? And they didn't, so they just got a full proposal show, and it was, was what it is. But yeah, that's how I proposed. So
It was sweet.
I was marveling at y'all's body language because, like literally seconds before, like she was holding your arm, and I was like, look at them, they're in love and everything. That's so romantic. And like she's got her arms folded. I'm sitting on my hand. We're just,
Emily, blink twice if you need help.
like that's exactly what y'all were doing. And I'm just like, we're just over here, just. She is the one thing I do love about her is that she is a very independent, strong woman. Like she don't need me for nothing.
I think that's so true though.
It's still true. We've been married almost 5 years. And she still don't need me. I could leave right now and she'd be like, I didn't even know you were here.
Are you as independent, or do you?
Like I said, I can't be single. Like I think I'm codependent. Like I'm responsible, but I think I need somebody there.
Yeah.
Like I can take care of my business.
Because when we got married, like I was told, like I'm a very independent person too. Mm-hmm. So, and I think at first I had always said like, what was cool about us is we were both independent, but that's also because you're two people coming from single lives, merging into one.
And then you learned that I'm not very
She's
independent
not,
at all.
No, and I'm still like, I still can be independent, but I wouldn't change it though. I love that about you. Yeah. So,
so she basically she needs you.
Yes.
See.
Well, and
see what I mean?
I need her. I need her too.
But there's some ways that you don't need me.
I always need you.
But like you'll go to a movie on your own. Like I could not do that. You know what I mean?
Okay,
like you
does that
could
all the
just
time.
be okay on your own, doing your own thing all the time.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I love going to places by myself. Movies, restaurant.
He'll fall asleep, but he'll go by himself.
Where did y'all go on your honeymoon?
Jamaica.
Jamaica.
I said that too fast. I was like, Jamaica. Did we go to Jamaica?
Yeah.
I don't know.
How was it? I've never been. I want to go someday.
Jamaica's great.
Yeah, I want to go.
It was our first time doing a resort.
Was it like an all-inclusive?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's great.
It was great, yeah.
Yeah. We went to Orlando. Yep, Universal Studios. We actually went to Hogwarts.
That's where I want to go.
Was
one day.
our
One of these
cool.
days I'm
our
gonna
main
get to
place
go.
going? Yeah,
We have been in California though.
One of these days I'm gonna get to go to Orlando.
bro, let's go. They're gonna be
We'll go to the Scout first, and then just tip
just
on
hop
over
the
to
plane.
fly
Orlando.
on out to
Yeah,
Orlando.
let's get
Actually,
it.
I
All
heard
about
that
it.
if you buy season tickets, they're not really that much more expensive than regular tickets, and so then you can like just try to make a couple trips out there a year, and then you.
Yeah,
You say that so casually.
I know, like
Just
like we're go
Couple
there
trips. If that's
go
a-
for a
I
weekend.
know.
twice, maybe 3 times a year.
like you
Yeah.
said that, like going to the Scouts like that easy. Hey, we'll just go out to the Scout, and then we'll just go to Orlando real quick. Like you know,
Yeah.
It
so-
was
like it's an
before-
afternoon. Like,
It was before kids. It was a little bit more possibility.
It's true.
But moving on, what would you say that the hardest thing to adjust was once you guys were married?
biggest adjustment.
Yeah, for y'all.
I'm gonna go first.
She's like, I'm ready.
COVID hit not long after we were married.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
we learned a lot about each other when you can't go out and do the same things as we were doing before. Like we were
Yeah.
very like active, had things going on most times of the, most nights of the week. He started working from home all of a sudden, like all the social stuff went away. So just a lot of like expectations
Yeah.
were not being met. So we had a lot of discussions about, well, I would, I guess, expect you to do these things. And they weren't getting done.
Yeah, yeah.
We
She
had-
had
we had
a
some-
lot
it
of
was,
like.
sorry.
Those were really like our first fights.
It was like 6 months after you got married that
Yeah.
COVID hit in KC, and then we had the
COVID
shutdown.
hit big.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like even like one of the small things was like making dinner. Like she just was used to making dinner, and then like during this like COVID stretch, she was like, you need to help. You need to do something around here. You can't just be sitting around. And it's not like I'm just sitting back, make me dinner. It was just she just made dinner.
Yeah.
It just what like, and I would cook, but like it wasn't like a regular thing. It was like but then she was like, hey, I need you to take care of dinner at least 2 nights a week. Like it's just you have it. Like I want to just come home and you have dinner. Like either you're thinking about it or like you're gonna put food on the table. And so that was like one of the big, like just one of the small things that like we realized was like, I don't really care for making dinner every night of the week when I have a perfectly capable spouse that can do it also. Like, so, those little things. One of the biggest adjustments was learning to be with someone who in some ways is the complete opposite of you. Like you touched briefly on like being an outdoors person. This woman loves being outside like it's going somewhere. Like, and I'm like vacations like Jamaica, and I'm so like this little thing at Jamaica. I'm so content sitting on a chair, sitting on a beach and not moving ever. Like I will sit there I'll get up, go eat,
me.
and then come back to that chair and sleep, wake up, go eat, come back to that chair. I don't want to go nowhere. I'll sit in the hotel and be happy.
You
But
could
my
sit
wife,
on a beach all day.
I could do nothing all day and be perfectly content. But she likes to move and be active. Like, so she likes to do some physical activity. So every trip that we go on, there's a hike in it or a bike ride or a walk or something. And I'm just, so learning
I'm there for the activities.
learning to be with someone that is like gonna like take you out of your comfort zone in some areas is real hard. And I am not, I'm still not the best sport about it sometimes.
No, but I mean, I just hearing that, think about the memories that were made from those things. You
Me
did.
whining the whole time?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah.
You know.
Yeah,
It is what it
I
is.
wasn't a good sport about it, and I'm kind of still not, but
I'm not that outdoorsy of a person. I do like.
I was about to say for a second, are you going to put your arm around me or not? Are we going to look like we're in love?
We're linking arms now.
Because she almost didn't, and I was like,
she made the
okay.
move.
I thought about it. I was like, oh, she's doing. Nope, she's not.
It's actually a fake marriage, y'all. No, I'm just kidding. No, I've never been. I want to be an outdoorsy person, and I am starting to
There
love.
ain't nothing out there for you.
Yes, there's nature.
It's
I
overrated.
remember May 2021. We went out to California, saw my brother Tyler, and we drove to Big Sur. And it's like on a mountain and just ocean. And it was the most beautiful thing in my life. And I realized in that moment, you cannot see this in a picture like you can in person. So from there on out, like for me, it was just like, I want to get in shape. so that I can go on hikes a little bit more. Because I would love to, like we went to Colorado, like we did not want to hike, but I would love to.
But it
'Cause
was
it's-
beautiful.
Yeah.
We actually, when we went to LA this past, like a month or two ago now, we went up to see Tyler again, and we went to see the redwoods. Like there's this beautiful forest, and we went on this hike all the way up, like not really up, but like back into the forest. It was, I don't know, a couple miles, but it was just beautiful. I was like, this is nice. Like we don't go on hikes.
Yeah, I mean, I still wish they had bird scooters there, but
I'm telling. Hey, real
it
quick,
was-
you can Google image search the redwood forest. Same thing.
no.
No. Even the pictures I took did not do it justice.
Nah, I
It
disagree.
was beautiful.
But I will say I agree with what you guys said. I think when you get married, obviously you're in that like puppy love, that honeymoon phase. But when you merge two people into a household, especially when you are opposites and you're learning each other's habits, I think it takes a lot of patience with each other and understanding and being able to open and have those conversations with each other.
Yeah,
It's
we
a
even
culture
clean
shock.
differently. We clean differently. Like it's like I don't like the way she wipes off countertops.
Ditto.
I'm just like, that's all you gonna do? Like, and she's just like, yeah, that's fine. I'm like, oh boy, okay. So I take over.
So
You're about to get a rant out of Levi.
growing up in my household, my mom would always say, "Is this Wendy clean or is this Ron clean?" And so
Oh, wow.
I've adapted that. Where is this Levi clean or is this Julia clean? And
Wait, okay. So who's in your mind, who is the better cleaner?
me.
Nothing
Now-
I do is ever Levi clean. Ever.
I don't want to see a speck of dust. No, I'm not that way. But I mean, like you have to move the things, clean it real good.
See, I go survival mode. I'm like, okay, can I make this, able for me to be able to survive? Like, do as many dishes as will fit in the dishwasher. Okay. Then I'm good. Then
So
I
wait,
can move
when
on
you
to the
clean,
next
are
thing.
you moving appliances off and like wiping every time
He's
you
doing
clean, or is it
everything.
you just cleaning what you can see?
I mean, not every time, but 80% of the time, I will move the appliances, spray the cleaner, make sure it's all clean. Because under the coffee pot, that gets like some,
Gets a little grimy.
But that only happens a few times in a year. That does not happen like every
Air
week.
his
That's the
laundry
difference.
out.
Listen, my laundry is clean. Okay.
That's your laundry's dirty upstairs.
Thank you. Say the things.
On to spouse annoyances.
Let's get it. I'm into it. Let's get into it right now. I'm ready.
Actually, that is one of the topics. Caleb's Actually, no, Caleb. Emily, what does Caleb do that annoys you?
One of the big things that we constantly bicker about is his lack of, for lack of a better term, reduce, reuse, and recycle. Like, that's how I grew up. Like, everything can be repurposed or like recycled, donated. He's done with some. It is trash. Like, get it out of here. I'm always like, can you put that into recycling? Or like, he's throwing something perfectly good away. A perfectly good set of shoes. I pulled them out of the trash. I was like, what is this?
But were they like really dirty?
No.
Oh, well, I mean, okay.
More than once or twice. Yeah. He just
Bro.
wants to throw everything away. And that is a huge annoyance of mine.
I'm not good at recycling.
I'm not going to defend myself here. She's
Yeah.
completely right. Hey, get rid of it. Like I am always trying to throw stuff out. Like, and I don't. It is kind of bad though when I'll put something in the trash can and then I'll go back later and it's not there. Like it's in the recycle. I'm like, oh, misidentified that piece of garbage.
He threw away a perfectly good flashlight the other day that I pulled out of the trash.
The light was still on. Like I turned it on, I saw that it worked, and I still threw it out.
And he's like, it was
my
the light
gosh.
being on that
We
gave
need
it away. I was
those.
like,
Right.
yes, it was that.
If World War III happens,
Plus, it's
you
my
need all the
flashlight.
flashlights you can
Is your
get.
flashlight? Yeah, you were just talking the other day about something that he threw away of yours.
He tries to give my stuff away all the time or throw it away.
When people come over, I'm always like, hey, do y'all need anything? We good here?
You know, he does that too.
Would you like this bag of chocolates
that
or
with
chips?
your-
I'm like, that's mine.
She got
Yeah.
this sauce that she swears she was gonna eat. It'd been in the fridge for like 3 years. No, I'm just kidding. We
A
did
week.
not give you 3-year-old sauce.
This is the sauce you gave me.
Yes, yes.
It was Emily had come over. She's like, "Oh, what's this?" And I was just like, "Oh, please take it. We are never gonna eat that." Like, just
He didn't
The
buy
bang
it.
bang sauce.
I know.
yeah.
Hey, get rid of it. Like I tried to give away some blankets today, And I was like, hey, what are we doing with these blankets? She's like, oh, actually, I was going to give a couple of these away. And I was like, ooh, I said I would give all 4 of them
So
away.
we got like 1 million blankets for our baby showers. And so we have
gotcha.
like these brand new tags on blankets. And he's like, let's get rid of this. I was like, well, I have several friends that are pregnant. Like, I can just re-gift these. Sorry, friends.
She
you're
is
getting
correct.
re-gifted
I said, let's get rid of it. But I was not about to throw them in the trash. I was going to donate them. But she is also correct.
If they
a
got
lot
the
of stuff.
tags on them, re-gift it.
But I was going to donate them to like a family in need. Like, and I already had that.
Quit trying
Whatever.
to show you have a good heart when we know you don't.
He's just trying to declutter.
What annoys me about my spouse is, and I'm mad that I'm going to say this because I know people are going to like do it to me because they're going to hear it. Emily, okay, like she said, when I'm not around, they ask, where's Caleb? What's he up to? Blah, 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 blah. Em loves telling my business to our friends. Like, and it's not, they're not secrets. It's just what I'm up to. Like, oh, he bought a new whatever. I don't like it when the people that she tells my updates to come up to me later and say, hey, how's this going on? And I'm like, who told you that? How do you know this information? Like, I didn't share that with you. Well, how do you know? It makes me, because it catches me off guard and I don't like it. So
You don't like when your spouse talks about you
100%.
to other people?
But then he
100
wants me
keep
to be
my
talking
name
about him.
Yeah.
No,
I remember there
You
was
want,
one
me to,
time.
you want me to praise you only when you're not
no,
around.
praise me to me. I don't care what you say to other people about me. Praise me to me. Tell me I'm great or doing something fun. I don't care what. How's Caleb?
It's like
He's
spouse
fine.
responsibility to be like, what is your other half doing?
Yeah.
They're not here.
But and Caleb,
Say nothing.
And for you, Caleb, it's even like with close friends, because there's been times where she would tell me something, and I feel like it was about like one of your new pairs of shoes one time,
I remember.
and Emily was like really excited, and she's like, "Oh yeah, I got these shoes," and so like I had just mentioned it to you, and you were like ticked that she had told me, and I'm
Keep
like,
my name out your mouth. I don't care. I don't like it. It makes me mad.
again, Emily, blink 3
immediately.
times if you need help.
Oh man,
Everyone needs to start telling Caleb's business to like everybody.
God, it makes me so mad.
Is there anything else she does that annoys you?
I got a couple things.
Let's move on.
Yeah, we can move on.
So what annoys? What do I do that annoys you? Nothing.
Annoys me?
No, nothing. I know.
Nothing, you're perfect.
Thanks. I know. Stop.
No, I get annoyed that we have a laundry basket in our bathroom and there still ends up being clothes behind the door. So I can't open the door to the bathroom because they land there and not in the laundry basket where they're supposed to go. Which is why we put a laundry basket in there.
Is he missing the laundry basket? Like, is his clothes like being thrown, or is it just like an over?
They're just on the floor.
Like you step out and then there's no regard for them after that.
Yes.
Oh, I would like my defense attorney, please.
There's no
There is
defense.
only a laundry basket in the bathroom because of me.
But you don't use it?
Do you want? I do use it. There may be a couple times where there are like two things there. It is not blockading the door.
I don't know. The other day
Hey,
I picked
go
up
upstairs
like...
right now and take a photo of the bathroom real quick.
Listen,
I think there's a towel.
I'm gonna be
There's, like,
honest. Our
several-
bedroom right now looks like a college dorm room. Like 2 just like messy college dorm room kids.
Right now.
Yeah, right now. Yeah, but
Ours gets messy.
our bed frame is broken, so we have no bed frame right now. So it's just mattresses on the floor.
That's what's up.
And,
That's why it looks like a college
and then I was eating some candy, so there's some. I need to throw that trash.
Some wrappers.
This is going on the internet. Levi.
Hey, no, and thank you, because people. I'm so sick and tired of seeing people that look like they have their lives together, that like you wouldn't think that their bed frame's on the floor right
Yeah.
now. Like because y'all don't put out that energy. Y'all don't put out that my bed's on the floor right now.
We have a
energy.
college dorm room bedroom
Yeah.
vibe.
That there are candy
it's
wrappers
so
next to your
annoying.
bed. I would never think that of the McCalls.
That it's not art.
There you go.
Chris,
That's a compliment, I
don't
think.
go into our room.
You wouldn't let me see your garage for a while too.
I still,
we still
you
won't.
forced yourself into the garage.
I've actually never seen your garage.
Thank God. I might actually call you soon to just come help me start clearing some of it out.
Thank you. I'm a
What
good friend.
annoys me about Julia? Nothing, because no, I'm just kidding. I won't.
Hush.
I will say, and this has just been a thing from the get go. It's talking to me in the mornings or right when I get home from work, which I know sounds terrible, But I'm not a morning person. She's learned this. We've learned this. You're a morning person.
Mm-hmm.
She's a morning person. I am not.
I love the way she said it. She's
Like,
yeah, sure.
I wake up. Please do not talk to me until I've at least had 3 hours into the day. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. No, but
Kinda
I
sounds
mean,
like
Honey,
Caleb.
it's noon.
Yep.
Now you can talk to me.
and obviously with kids, I've adjusted more. But like before kids and stuff, it was an adjustment for you at first because
Yeah, I was like, he's mad at me every morning. Like, what am I doing wrong?
because I'm just like, I'm just not a morning person.
I'm like that
let's,
at night.
Drink coffee and have a conversation. Like, how'd you sleep? What are you doing today? What are you doing at work? Whatever. And he's just like,
Well, and that's the other thing. So she works from home.
Mm-hmm.
I work in a job in marketing where I talk to people all day long. So at the end of the day, I am just typically mentally dead. Well, she is mentally ready to just talk to someone. And so who comes
Anyone.
through that door? Me. And so actually I think we're getting ready to come up on like silly fights. So I'm going to just skip to that because one of our silly fights, it's going on the internet. I was a complete jerk to my wife. I was. And I am
Well, most fights start because someone was not being kind.
Well, this time it was my fault. All the other ones are on her. But this one was, I still feel like a jerk to this day, but it's part of learning each other, like we talked about. But we lived in our apartment, and again, I had come home from work. At this time I was in the office, but I was just in the, bunch of stuff. So she, every day, she'd start coming in questions, and I would talk to her like, babe, I just need like a few minutes, to decompress, yada, yada. One day, I don't know, I came to the kitchen, opened the fridge, and Julia comes out of her office all excited to see me. And it's like, hi, babe. And I was like, I hate to say this. I slammed the fridge door shut. I turned to her and I said, what questions do you have for me today?
Oh my gosh.
Instant regret. I mean, she didn't get mad. I think she just turned around and walked away.
Your precious wife.
Probably.
But I instantly was like, babe, I'm
Precious,
sorry.
perfect Julia.
I know. Yeah. And here I was a complete jerk. And I apologize. I owned up
Like, when did you apologize? Like, right then and there?
no, a year later. We talked about the night and I was like, I'm really sorry. I should not have. Because instantly, as soon as that came out of my mouth, it wasn't like it was just, like when something just flies out and you're like, oh, let me catch that before, and it's too late.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it was, yeah. So that was a silly fight.
What's funny is you talked about that, I don't know, a couple months ago for the first time in a long time. And I actually did not remember it until you mentioned it. I was like, that did not like imprint in my mind. So I'm not damaged from it. It's all good.
She's such a good spirit that she didn't even remember when you were being terrible to her.
To be honest, my wife is very forgetful.
That's
And
also true.
So
So that actually works
true.
out in your favor.
Yeah. Yeah,
Well,
he wins all our fights because
actually-
I can't remember. I'm
wins.
like, yeah, like you always do this, and he's like, tell me a time, and I'm like, I
well,
can't.
no,
remember.
but there is times where she's like, I have a really, really good memory, and she does it, and so, and we don't. I wouldn't say we fight, but like when we have discussions, like and all, and she's like, I don't, I think she gets annoyed because
you pull out all the receipts.
not
You're
anymore.
like, remember this day that you did
not
that one thing?
That was done. I don't do that anymore. I don't pull out receipts anymore.
Pulls out screenshots.
But I got them.
So am I sharing my silly fight?
I think it is about time. People have been
The
asking.
plunger story?
The
Oh, that's the
plunger.
one. I had a
Sorry.
different one in mind.
Oh, good. I want to hear what yours is too. But
No.
Yeah.
we mentioned
We'll share
pl-
hers in part
I know
two.
you have to share the plunger story.
Now this is terrible because this is a dumb story to have so much anticipation built up. Before I start, are you sure I can share the story?
Yeah.
Like in its entirety.
So many people already know
All
about
right,
it. Like, it's
documented
fine.
evidence. She said, yeah, okay, so
I'm actually not even embarrassed about it.
you should be.
You should be.
You should be.
Yeah, you.
I don't care. So I think I came home one day. I don't know what was going. This is how I remember it. And you can correct any details if you want to. I come home one day, and every time I got to go to the bathroom, it's an emergency. So I rush to the bathroom because I have to use the restroom. And I go in there, and the toilet is visibly clogged. There are items in the bowl, and I have to use the restroom. So I use the restroom, and she said, "Oh, I clogged the toilet." I am immediately disgusted. I'm like, why is this still here? Why is she alerting me to something? Anyway, so I walk out of the bathroom. I said, I need you to fix that immediately. Not because I'm grossed out, because I am. But I'm saying you need to fix this problem that you created. Like, I need you to go in there and take care of that. And so she's like, okay. So she gets up, she goes over there, she grabs a plunger, she takes care of the matter in the bowl. And then I'm just like, that is the nastiest thing in the world. I can't believe she did that. And I see her take the plunger from the toilet bowl over to the bathtub, and she turns on the bathtub water and rinses off this plunger in the tub. And I freaked out. What are you doing? She's like, what? I'm like, no, what are you doing right now? She's like, I'm rinsing off the plunger. What is the problem here? And she sticks it right back under the sink. And I'm like, oh my God. I lost it. I was mad, disgusted, confused, all of them. I was so angry. I was like, that is the nastiest. You need to clean that tub right now. She's like, what? I was like, you need to clean that tub. I was so furious with her. I couldn't be more disgusted. Didn't you tell her like
she needed to grab bleach?
Yeah.
With bleach. Get the bleach. You need to disinfect that tub. That is the nastiest thing. And she's like, are you for real right now? I'm like, I am not kidding. And I think I threatened to sleep on the couch or something. I was like,
yeah.
I was furious. I was so grossed out. And so she she goes and I think gets some bleach, pours it on the tub, and then she rinses that down. And she's like, are you good? And I'm like, and then I got even more mad. I was like, is that how you clean our tub? She's like, what is wrong with you? I'm like,
I feel at that point, I mean, you're lucky she didn't slap you.
Yeah.
I threw a whole fit.
I was just so confused by the continued escalation. I'm like, I'm doing exactly what you asked me to do. Like, how are you still mad?
Nothing she did right. I was mad. And then, what?
To top it all off, was this when you were pregnant?
I don't think so. I hope not.
I think so. It was not that long ago.
Yeah, it was. I think it was pregnant.
I'm pretty sure you were.
Did you see his face?
You know what?
Or it was just before. We were definitely in our fertility journey.
Yeah. Hush. Anyway. So again, so just that, and I'm so upset. And so she cleans the tub to her. It's Emily clean. I'm still fuming at that. I'm like, that's disgusting. I was so upset. I didn't talk to her for 48 hours. And she was so mad at how I had talked to her and the hoopla that I made that she didn't talk to me. We didn't talk for 2 days. Mm-hmm. We were just both mad at each other, and I don't even know how that fight resolved itself or how we
had to go to church because everyone else heard about it.
Yeah, you brought it up at church.
I'm pretty sure Levi is the one that mediated us.
Yeah. I came to church the next day. I was like, y'all, can y'all believe what my wife did? And they're like, what happened?
Levi immediately came to me. He's like, I'm on your side.
I was like, I am so sorry that he did that to you.
Everybody that I told the story to, I was like, can you believe her? And they're like, oh, you're insane.
Yeah, okay. No one was on your side. And
nobody was.
I don't know if you want me saying this.
What happened?
But I'm going to say this. It might put... You also don't believe in farting in front of your spouse.
Sure don't. Don't do it. It's gross.
See, which I was grown up...
Do not do it.
I was grown up. You know you truly love someone when you'll fart in front of them.
I respect her nose.
I also grew up in a farting family. So imagine the restraint that I exercise on a daily basis.
Yeah.
And I appreciate you. Don't fart in front of me.
For any sort of toilet or bathroom humor.
Oh, man.
Or just normal body function.
Now I'm mad that you did say that because now I feel I'm scared that people are going to
fart in front of you.
Yeah. Hey, look, you fart in front of me, we fighting. That's and I don't even fight. Like I said before, I'm a delicate flower.
On you.
We fighting. You fart on me, we fighting on site. I don't care where we are, especially church. Try it if you want to.
Joshua,
we are fighting if you fart in front of me on purpose.
I thought you're a delicate flower.
I'm rescinding that. You fart in front of me, that's disrespectful.
I want to know what...
So that's the plunger story.
Yeah, so that's the plunger story. That's the intent.
I want to know if I'm right to anybody.
Wait, do you still stand behind this?
100%. I was wrong for how I addressed her in the situation. Maybe I should have just got it cleaned up myself.
Well, yes. If I remember correctly... From what you originally told me.
What she did to me, I'm dumb. What she did in that moment, that's gross. I'm not changing my opinion
But I'm
on whether
pretty
or
sure
not I
she
think that
had
was
already.
gross.
It didn't like it. She didn't leave it clogged. You had already plunged it, I believe, right?
No, I came home to a clogged toilet. I saw
Which is true, but I don't remember why. I don't know if something happened that I got
you pooped.
I know. Everybody poops. There's a book about it. Anyway, I don't remember what happened that I didn't have it unclogged by the time you got home. Something happened. Anyway.
Neither do I. You didn't have a kid.
But okay.
She was producing one.
Hush, boy.
I guess in my defense was like, if you just swish it around in the toilet bowl, it's not actually getting
This is
clean.
such a gross conversation.
No, but like we have energy efficient toilets, and there's like tiny bit of water in the bottom,
Yeah.
and the water coming down the side. It's not like a rain shower. I mean, there's no way you can get that clean in the toilet. You have to stick it in the shower. I'm not having
to go.
poopy chunks in there.
Oh, gosh.
Anyway,
I'm actively uncomfortable.
I know. I was gonna say I love how
That's just my
uncomfortable
rebuttal.
Caleb is right
No, Emily,
I'm a very practical person. To me,
the,
it's
the
practical.
way the whole situation, everyone's on your side.
Yeah.
I am curious
Nah, man.
that of what your silly fight was that came to mind.
Oh, which I believe was our first fight when Caleb thought I was dumping him
Oh, yeah.
on Christmas Eve.
Yeah, on Christmas. Tell him what you did to me.
So, yeah, it was like holiday break. Caleb was like off of work. Like his job just like gives him the week off for like Christmas,
Blessed.
Christmas to New Year's, whatever. So he was off and he was like at my house that entire time. He had been at my house a long time. And as
We
he
were
mentioned
together.
before, I'm like an independent person. And I was a little bit like, I'm kind of ready to have my space back, And we had already planned to, spend Christmas Eve together, all of Christmas Day. But he had already been with me probably for like the last 2, 3, 4 days. Anyway, so we were like making plans. We were at my house. We were getting ready to leave for my aunt and uncle's house on Christmas Eve. And I was like, hey, why don't you take your stuff and your car? And when we're done with Christmas, then, you can just go back to your house for a while. And in my head, it was like, well, that's because I just like, we should have some space. Like, we'll have been together for like a week. And for some reason, he took that as I'm dumping him, but didn't tell me any of this and proceeded to just ignore me and have like a really mad face the entire holiday, like, season. Like, all of Christmas Eve, all of Christmas Day. He just ignored me because he thought I had dumped him.
You say
But
you
I'm
want
like-
space. I'm going to give you
But
space.
I'm like, but why? But like, why would you even come if you thought I dumped you? It was so weird. It was so awkward.
Well, I wanted to play the part of a happy relationship, but
But it's so
Sounds
obviously
like
not.
you would have not gotten an Oscar for that.
And I was
one.
like, I had no clue what was going on. I was like, yeah,
She's
Caleb's like mad at me, and I don't know
she
why.
said, I appreciate space. And I was like, I'll give you space.
Yeah. I did understand
I
that.
ain't got to talk to
You're
you.
like,
I
wait,
ain't gonna
why?
look at
I
you.
was like, well, I just appreciate some space. Like we'll have been together for a long time.
your codependency showing.
Whatever.
Yeah. So it was that was like a couple days fight. Yeah.
We got to wrap this up, but wasn't there one time he got mad, didn't talk to you for a couple days because like you took a bite of food off his plate?
Wait, this does sound a little bit familiar, but I can't recall it.
What we're showing is a pattern that if I get mad at you, I don't talk to you for
When
48
Caleb gets
hours.
mad, he just
I feel like it
shuts
was
down.
French toast or something.
I
That's what comes
call
to
It
mind.
was
Stonewalling.
regular toast. And no. I
Stonewalls me.
was mad about that, but I didn't ignore her for a couple days then. That was a small one. That was maybe like a couple hours where I was mad at her. No, don't eat off my plate. But
That's another thing because I'm in the same boat.
Let's
My
wrap
whole
this up,
family
bro.
will like. Anyways, we're gonna actually because we have went over time. We're gonna do a part 2 with the wives. So we're gonna skip the weekly segment.
okay, it's fine. I don't got nothing.
I mean, I think our praise can be for our wives for putting up with us.
Not with all the things she puts me through. No.
I want to shout out Emily for putting
Shout
up
out,
with
Julia.
Caleb.
Yeah. Shout out to you, Emily.
Also,
Praise each other.
I know y'all can't see these peeps, but we have a couple
Producers?
today. So shout out to Brinkley and Emily Miles.
Brinkley, be there! And Emily Miles.
So we appreciate you guys to coming out and listening
Emily
to us
Miles.
talk.
It's Emily Miles.
It's Emily Lyon.
Yeah, well.
So don't be lying about her name.
Wait, are you about to...
Thumbs down.
That was a bad dad joke. I think on that news, we will see you.
Wait, hold on. We're not going to end right now. We got one thing. I got something for you. Got something for you, buddy.
Is that some money?
No, it's better than money.
Is this what I think it is?
I don't know what you think it is, but you can take a look at it.
Are we going?
If you want to go with me, I would like to go.
Tell the people what it is.
Are you for real?
They're not fake.
Man, we going to WWE Monday Night Raw. You for real gonna go with me?
If you
Will
want
be
me
okay,
to,
FK?
I got you tickets. I got you a ticket and one to go with someone that you want to go with. You do not have to take me.
I would be honored if you would
have
go
to
with
take
me.
I would not feel stabbed in the back if you took somebody else.
Man, you
No.
are good. Thank you. Thank
Yeah.
you. Shout out to Caleb. I mean, come on. After all this stuff we
You
put him
can be
through.
thoughtful.
I'm a very nice person, but if you fart around me, we're fighting.
Well, folks, we'll see you next week. This has
Thank you.
been That's How You Feel. Don't forget to like, comment, review, subscribe. Bye.
Bye.